So have all of us as nurses just decided that we want to quit now and we hate our jobs? Or is it just me? I'm starting to see it everywhere now. There's multiple call-outs. People are losing their passion for nursing. Ratios aren't safe at all. You're getting insulin drips with like 6 patients. 6. Techs are literally lazy and basically useless to the floor and expect you to do everything. Like, one thing after the next, one thing after the next, one thing after the next.
What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl 303 Stars. Thank you so much for tuning in. As y'all know, we are a small channel, so y'all are helping us to grow and grow and grow. I appreciate y'all so much for all of your love and support, and thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's video, I feel so bad for the nurses who, have to go through this. Y'all are so important in so many ways, and it's definitely one of the career fields that I feel like should get paid more. I feel like if they got paid, what they were worth, they would be more willing to do the work and do it correctly. So that's just my thoughts and opinions. I would love to hear what y'all think down in the comments. So let's get right into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you again, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Reasons why I will never work in a nursing home setting as a CNA ever again. Hey y'all, as y'all know, I'm Bree, and I have became a CNA a couple of months ago because I am in school for nursing and I wanted to kind of get in the medical field and make some extra money. And I did do home health, as you guys already know from my previous videos, and I did do the nursing home setting, and I recently quit and I've been gone for a week, and I was like, let me make this video to let my new current CNAs know how it is working in the nursing home setting, okay? So keep watching. All right. Typically, when you become a CNA, the first job that you will get immediately would be nursing home. Okay, they are ready to hire you on the spot, and I was so excited. I thought it was because, they like me, but no, sis, it's because they need the help. They have a high turnaround, and they are typically short-staffed. Okay, reason one why I won't work in a nursing home ever again. And I'm reading from my phone because I wanted to make sure that you guys had all these pinpoints, okay? I'm not saying to not work there, but these are things you need to know before even going there and applying, okay? The workload. The workload is so much. And here's my thing. I'm a workaholic. I have my own business. I have a podcast, and I'm a CNA now, and I'm in school for nursing. I don't mind a heavy workload, but the workload is diabolical. I don't even know if it's legal, okay? Like, you are working from 7 to 7 if those are your hours. You're on your feet the whole 12 hours. Sometimes you can't even get a break because even when you go take a break, they come in to look for you, okay? The workload, all right? There was times I was there and it was just me on one hall to 24 patients. And the patients are not bedbound, y'all. They're up, they're needing to be fed. Some of them need to be dressed. Some of them need to be bathed. Some of them need to be changed, and it's just me, all right? Okay? Number 2, the attitudes with administration and coworkers. I don't know if it's because nobody liked their work or where they worked at, but there's no good mornings in the morning. I walk in, good morning, very chipper. Everybody got an attitude. Everybody got an attitude like they ain't getting no from their man, or they getting, I don't know, they got attitudes. And I'm just not good with just attitudes all day, every day. And I do know in this medical industry, there's going to be different attitudes, but I couldn't deal with the attitudes, okay? And even when I first started, I got into it with a nurse because I was asking too many questions because I didn't want to hurt the patient. You should be happy I'm not trying to hurt the patient. If somebody doesn't know something, ask me so we don't have any issues. She was getting mad. And like I told her, sis, talk to your administrators and tell them don't hire girls fresh out of school. Okay, nobody wants to work together. Now, as a CNA at a nursing home, if you work as a team, you and a person can knock out both of y'all halls together and it won't be as hard on you. If you didn't have a friend there or a sibling there, you're working by yourself. So just imagine trying to turn a patient that's bedbound or trying to get a patient up and you need help. Nobody wants to work together. Nobody. They want to do their own haul and go their own way. Crazy to me, because I would help people when they ask for help. Number 3. Sorry, that was number 4. Lack of supplies, empathy, and the work space was dirty. Now, we're running out of supplies where I can't even change the client properly if need be. Or I have to tell the client, we don't have no A&D ointment. And I'm just like, you know the type of place that you're running. Why don't you have supplies for these patients? And then I have to explain to them why we don't have the supplies, and I'm getting cursed out, okay? Lack of empathy. I'm too much of an empathetic person. The people I work with, we're not empathetic. Like, I'm hearing them talking about patients. I don't, especially while they're in the room, I don't do that. I don't do that. Okay? The workplace was dirty. Yeah, they cleaned it, but it was still dirty as hell to me. And it's just like, I felt so disgusted touching anything in there because it was filthy. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Okay? Let's keep this going. The wear and tear on your body. Like, literally, you have to get massages maybe once or twice a week, sis, because it's so much wear and tear, pushing people over. It's a lot. My lower back was killing me. And I know in CNA school, they tell you, oh, bend at the knees and all that. Girl, when you're in the moment and shit is going, you're not thinking like that. You're going to do what you feel like you need to do. You know how many times that I had another person assisting me and we dropped a person, like almost got them on the ground and we had to lift them up real quickly? That shit is hard. I mean, even for the most strongest person, that shit is hard. Okay? All right, this is another big one. And I'm sure y'all gonna try to chew me up in the comments, but come on with it. The nurses don't do anything. You do all the work, which is crazy to me because nurses, y'all have went to school for years to become an RN. CNAs, it's a month and that's it. But we do all the works for the patients. Now I understand we're supposed to be the patient care techs and that's what we do, but the nurses didn't do anything where I worked at. They just passed out meds. And if you ask them to help you, baby, they looking at you like, what? That's where I messed up at. I literally asked the nurse who I got into it with for help and she was looking at me like, girl, like, you're the CNA, you do the work. They feel like you are beneath them. And yeah, on paper, they have more leverage than us, but we all here trying to make money, sis. We all are human beings, you know what I'm saying? Why do we even have to play that game? So they're gonna just pass out meds. And the part that bothered me about the med pass, literally the patients would keep ringing the bell for meds and it would be me having to answer it, but they're looking for the nurse. And I have to constantly keep telling them, she's coming, she's coming, she's coming. Annoying, very annoying, okay? I used to drive to work and be praying about having a good day at work, which we all should do. But I mean, I'm praying hard, y'all. Like, I'm praying I have a good day at work. I'm praying that I get a good assignment. I don't get a shitty haul. And a shitty haul could be a haul where it's all big people and you need help pushing them and nobody's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be praying. And if I have to do all that, I don't need to be at this place. I don't. And then literally when I would get off of work, I had to come home and decompress every day. I'm drinking. Like, I became an alcoholic working there for the past 3 months. I'm drinking because I'm like, oosh, it was a long day. I am exhausted. And I couldn't do it anymore. It just wasn't good for my mental peace. And I'm big on mental peace. I'm not going to stay anywhere just because I'm making money. I'm going to go where my mental peace is reflected at because I'm in tune. So, yeah, those are my reasons why I would never work at a nursing home ever again.
Does anyone know what they're doing? I graduated nursing school in March, and I don't want to be a nurse. I had a full ride through a hospital, and I was supposed to work there for 3 years. And if I don't work there, I have to pay all my college back. But I don't want to work there or be a nurse. But I don't know what I want to do. I have, like, this crazy urge that I'm young, I'm, like, independent, like, alone, and I can do whatever I want, and so I know for the next however many years, I don't want to just go to work every day. Like, I want to do something bigger, but I have, like, no idea, and I have to pay back, like, all this money, I think. I literally have to make this decision in 3 days. And I've had it in my mind that, like, I'm paying it back, I'm not being a nurse, but now, like, the numbers are hitting me, and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Like, I thought after college, it would be, like, the best life ever. And I literally just have no idea what I'm doing. Like, each day I'm like, what? I don't know what to do. I'm alone. Like, I feel lonely sometimes, even though, like, sometimes I feel super independent and I'm, like, happy. I'm, like I'm proud of myself. But this makes no sense. This video is, like, trash. But am I alone, or does anyone else feel this way?
I'm at the point in my nursing career that I'm about to call it quits. I've literally had enough. This 20 years as a nurse have worn me mentally and physically. I am so drained. Last night, the last 2 days, I worked 12-hour shifts. The first night, I didn't get off till like 8:15. Last night, I didn't clock out until 9 o'clock. I just said, I'm done. I'm not doing anymore. And it's sad how stressed we are as nurses. I'm at the point in my life where I could care less about a pay cut. It's nothing like the peace. I just want to have peace. The days of going to work, being stressed all day long, not taking a lunch break, not sitting down the whole entire 12 hours, barely going to the bathroom. I'm done with it. I mean, it's over. The Bible, even in the Bible, it says to everything is a season. And I really do believe my season in nursing is up because I can't take it anymore. Last night, I released the sympathetic hormone the whole entire 12 hours. I literally would go to my car and start back passing out medicine, and somebody would say, oh, so-and-so needs you. So-and-so needs something for pain. Literally every time. Oh, Felicia, there's a phone call. Every time I would go back to my job, every time I would go back to my car and try to start doing something else, somebody else will call me and say, this patient needs this patient needs that. Do you know, as a nurse, we multitask all the time, and they wonder why there is so many med errors and so many mistakes. It's because we are overworked. I don't know what is going to be done, but something has to be done. This is ridiculous. Like I was just saying, my season of nursing is about to be a wrap because I can't do this anymore. I'm 48 years old, and the only thing I want is peace. And if my peace is taking a pay cut by going to work in a factory, going to work in Walmart, at this point, it really doesn't matter, just as long as I have my peace.
I don't want to be a nurse anymore. I want to be anything other than a nurse here. Can I not apply for like housekeeping or be a secretary or something? I have a degree and I should be proud of that. I didn't say I wasn't proud. I just said I don't want to use it. What's got me thinking like this? There's just too many responsibilities being a nurse. I can't handle the pressure of being perfect for 12 hours. I can't be perfect for 12 hours. I might could be perfect for maybe an hour, but that's all I got. I could be perfectly unhappy working as a nurse. Anyway, can I apply for some other position here? No, I can only be a nurse. Just because I have a nursing degree means I can't work in housekeeping. I'm overqualified. I don't think don't think being a nurse makes me overqualified for stuff I do at the house. Not gonna let me apply for another position here or something outside of nursing. All I can do here is be a nurse, then I'm just gonna have to go ahead and quit. Really, my dream is to work in the garden center at Lowe's. So I don't think that my nursing degree makes me overqualified to water plants. This is my official notice. Like right now, it's my notice. I'm letting you know I'm not gonna be back. It's spring and the petunias need to be watered.
I quit clinical nursing in 2017, and here's why. First of all, the bullies. When it comes to nursing, I don't know if people are miserable. Like, I am not sure what it is, but I was bullied, and a lot of other nurses, especially Black nurses, were bullied severely in nursing. They would give us the worst assignments, like if the other nurses were in charge. Like, I was getting terrible assignments, especially if I had the nerve to speak up against anything that was going on. Suddenly I would be placed with, those doctors that nobody liked, or, the most difficult patients, and I would somehow always have the most difficult patients. It was way out of pocket, and I was just sick and tired of dealing with all of these crazy people who really are just miserable themselves and are bringing that misery into the workplace. When you work clinically, it seems like there's only a limited number of directions that you can advance and expand your knowledge. Like, you could be, a clinical subject matter expert. Like, there's a couple other things, or you could go into operations or become a nurse manager. But those roles are few and far between, and there wasn't like that limitless potential that I was really looking for when I first went into nursing. And the third reason is personal. When I was in high school, I really always saw myself interested in business. I saw myself getting a business degree, starting a business potentially, like understanding finance. I was really always into finance, and nursing was just like not really giving that to me, at least not the clinical side. And then work-life balance. When you are a clinical nurse, it was better in primary care, but like if you work bedside, there's no work-life balance. Like, you're working crazy hours. You don't get to go to holidays with your family. I remember my family, they were going to I think it was like $5 Tuesdays at the movie theater, and I had to work Tuesday nights. So I was never able to go. And that was like really upsetting to me, that I just couldn't control my own life outside of working hours, because I was working clinically as a nurse, and I really wanted that work-life balance. I left in 2017, and I have never looked back. I'm loving my desk job. I know people talk a lot about desk jobs, but I'm loving it. It is amazing.
Hey y'all. So I just want to come on here and talk to y'all about just why I've been quitting these jobs as a new grad nurse. So y'all already know my first job was a nursing home, and honestly, y'all, it just wasn't safe. I saw a lot of nurses that would cut corners. They're documenting that medications being given when the meds aren't even in the cart. Overall, it just was not the kind of environment that I want to be in as a new graduate nurse. The second job was at a primary care office, which y'all also know. It was a good experience, just a little too slow for me. It's a lack of hands-on nursing. I really just felt like I wasn't going to be able to learn and grow the way I should be as a new graduate nurse. You know what I mean? And, as a new grad, especially within my first year, my goal is to learn and soak up as much knowledge as I can. Get a real hands-on experience and learn to be a great nurse. I do know that finding the right fit does take time, but I'm not going to settle for a job that I feel like I'm not going to be able to learn and grow at, or where patient safety is questionable. But, that's just me. I want to share that with y'all because y'all were in the comments asking. And no, I'm not embarrassed about you either get it or you don't. Or any helpful tips, y'all drop them below because your girl needs them. Bye, y'all. Sign your favorite name.
I left nursing 6 years ago, and the number one question people ask me is, okay, so what do you do now? I love my job. I'm making 6 figures. I work from home. It's really great. A lot of times other nurses want to branch into this. I'm currently working in quality improvement. So the way to think of this is oftentimes hospitals, healthcare systems, doctor's office, they want to see how good they are compared to other hospitals. And so in order to do that, they have to measure their quality. There are a bunch of different ways to measure quality. A lot of times the government will measure. There are often U.S. News and World Report will come up with different metrics to measure quality. Think of things like how many of your patients are up to date on their vaccine. Are you screening appropriately for cancer? Are you treating this disease appropriately? My job is to look at those measures, look at that data, and figure out ways to help practices or help the hospital figure out how to improve what they're doing. So I have multiple different projects that I work on, and I work with these specific teams, and we come up with a bunch of ideas, and then hopefully at the end, our quality will improve based on these measures. It's an awesome job. I love it. Comment if you'd like to know more about quality improvement and what my day-to-day looks like. I put my 2 weeks in as a correctional nurse, and then they fired me. This is not funny. So today I get to work, and one of the charge nurses, she come to me and she's like, hey, you know, the nursing supervisor, she told me to have you go to HR by 8:30 today. So I'm like, why? So she goes, I guess your exit interview. I'm like, okay. I get there, they got me waiting years. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, finally I get in this meeting. Why the HR lady hand me a letter? The letter got something about a termination on there. I'm like, what does this mean? She like, oh, your probationary period is terminated. So I'm like, what that mean? I'm not on probation no more? She like, no, you're terminated. How am I terminated when I already put my 2 weeks in? I already quit this place. Oh, sweetie, I can't answer any questions. You're gonna have to call this number and they will let you know why you're terminated. Okay, whatever. I'm calling this person, that person, this person, that person. Nobody's answering the phone. Finally, I get a hold of somebody. Why was I terminated? I was terminated for violating HIPAA. So the HR lady, come here so I can eat you up. You were on TikTok talking about how you're a correctional nurse in New York City. You were talking about how you work in corrections and you're a nurse as well. There's only one jail in New York City. So what do you mean by that? I never said where I work for in New York City though. Oh, but you said you were a correctional nurse in New York City and there's only one jail in New York. So we just put two and two together. I never said where I worked though. Oh, I think you showed your badge though too. You think or you know? I didn't say I think. I know. You do? I don't know, but there was a whole investigation against you, and all I know is the lawyers reviewed the video, and I was just sent here to fire you. I already put my 2 weeks in though. If you want to take this farther, you know, and have somebody else bigger look at it, then you can do that. Okay, so who do I contact about that then? What are you talking about? You can't do that. But you just told me that I can. I didn't say that. All I was saying was that this is my job to just let you know that you're fired. I violated HIPAA and I recorded while I was working at the jail, even though I can't even have my phone there.
I keep hearing, what's the hardest nursing specialty? What's the hardest specialty? Y'all ain't never met a med-surg warrior? 6, 7, 8, 9 patients is a crazy game. ICU, you can't relate. You're keeping up maps all day. I can't trust the ED nurse because you're all the same. Patient Billy Bob's walkie-talkie, and that was like yesterday. L&D, where's my ginger ale and my Lorna Dunes? Your patient didn't deliver, so what did you do? Don't tell me you were just charting, because I know the loop. Sitting on your phone making TikToks while I'm wiping poop. I love being a med-surg nurse, said no one ever. I just quit my job. My patient hit me with a lever. So I did just quit my job as a bedside registered nurse, and my patient did assault me. I was billed $2,490.71 for being attacked, for being treated as a patient while in the workplace. For 2 cents a day. This is dark humor, y'all, but I ain't joking. For 2 cents a day, I don't need y'all donations. I'm gonna fight that bill, but yeah. The rap for the nursing specialties was just a joke. All specialties be working hard. All specialties be putting their foot in the job.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but it is okay to walk away from that toxic job. I just resigned from my PRN job tonight, actually. Me and the director of nursing, we did get into it and we did share some words. To sum it up, I stood on big business. Because I am, in fact, the prize, and I am the standard. And if I'm not appreciated here, I would take my talents elsewhere. No problem. So basically, to sum it up, alright, so it's a lot to say, but basically, like, we are responsible for these, like, health modules, and I only work there 2 days a month, so sometimes I be, like, behind on them, right? So anyway, he texted me the other day. He was telling me that I needed to complete so and so. Okay. I want to say I worked there maybe a couple days ago. I was able to complete all of them. But he basically said, like, if you don't complete it by such and such date, then we're looking at disciplinary action, is what he said. Kind of like, real negative. So today I'm being called for my PRN job, saying that I was supposed to be there tonight. Guys, I'm not scheduled. I always write and I agree to shifts via a text so I can have a reference and I can have record of when I work there, because I'm really busy. I'm just busy in general. So they call me today when I'm on my way to my full-time job. So am I annoyed? Yes. Am I frustrated? Yes. Do I have every right to? Yes. So I text him and I said, I understand that I'm responsible for completing these health modules, but I feel like as my manager, you should be responsible for making sure that my schedule is accurate and correct. Because I just got a phone call from housing supervisor that they're looking for me and I'm not on the schedule today. So why are they looking for me? Conversation goes on. I just feel like he should have just simply apologized to me. And I said, you know what? You're not obligated to apologize to me, but I thought at the bare minimum, I think that's what you should do. But I'm not pressed about it. If you don't apologize, that's fine. But if I'm responsible to do this, I feel like you should be responsible to do that. We all have expectations. You want me to do this, and then I also want you to do this. I feel like that's even. Okay, you want me to make sure that I'm up to date with these health stream, whatever. Fine, I will do that. But I feel like you should also be up to date with my schedule and making sure that the days that I agreed to in the text are in the schedule. And this has not happened the first time, guys. This has been happening for months. I only work there 2 days a month. Why can't you get it right? So I feel like if I should have to take accountability, you should have to take accountability too. And you're not going to minimize or make me feel like I'm not entitled to feel the way I do, because I do. So basically, to make long story short, I just said, you know what? You don't have to worry about me. Take me off the schedule. I resign, effective immediately. Goodbye. Honestly, guys, I'm so busy, and at this point of my life, I kind of just want to relax for a couple months. I was just keeping that job just to kind of keep it, not for financial reward. Yes, the finances help, but I was just doing it for fun. Will I get a second PRN job soon? Yes, but not right now. I think I'm just going to allow myself to relax, and I'm focusing on other goals right now. Plus, I think I just want to wait until like probably May to get a PRN job. I have a vacation coming up in March. I got a vacation coming up in April, and I'm just doing a lot of other things like outside of work that are a really big priority to me. So it just gave me a reason to quit. Like, you know what? You're getting on my nerves, and you know what? Goodbye.
No, because I just got off. I can't even talk. I just got off shift 1 of 6. Let me fucking vent. Let me vent. First of all, walk in this patient room, right? I could see the veins from Mars, okay? I could see the veins from Pluto. I got cocky. I said, which vein do you want me to go in? Oh! This is so humiliating! I was like, which vein you want me to go in? No, because I thought I was gonna get it. They picked the vein. I missed it. Oh my God! I'll never live this down. I got it on my second try, but I'll just never live that down. Cause like, why would you get cocky like that? Like, I don't even know. I'm not even a cocky bitch. And I got cocky. And now, like, I will never live. Like, I can't even breathe. Like, after that, I literally went to the bathroom. I was dry heaving. I gotta quit. I really can't show my face back there again.
So y'all, I think I finalized my decisions. I think tonight's going to be my last night here. Alright, for those who are not caught up to speed, I'm talking about my new PRN job at the nursing home that I took maybe a few weeks ago. Tonight's my third shift, and I've been contemplating on what I was going to do with this job, and I think tonight finalizes my decision. So one of my complaints was the smell. So I went to Dollar Tree the other day and I got me one of these little things and I put it in my mask and it worked. So, but just the environment here, I just don't see myself working here. It's filthy. They have cockroaches here. It's just unorganized. Like it's ghetto. It's smelly. And I just feel like it's one of those hood nursing homes. And I just have so many options and I don't have to settle. I have people blowing up my phone every other day for a job. Trust me, I do not have to. I had a PRN interview that I did a no-show, no-call. I just didn't go. I was tired. I went to bed. They texted me like the other day, was like, hey, is everything okay? Can we reschedule? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? Fine, let's reschedule. Like I said, y'all, I have so many options. I really don't have to settle. And that's one of the... that is one of the biggest things about being in the healthcare field. You don't have to settle. You can go wherever you want to go. So I'm going to collect my coins tonight, and I'm going to let tonight be my last night. I came, I saw, I conquered. Alright, let me give you a recap about my training tonight. So, the person who's training me, I guess she does things her way, which is not it might not be by the book. Like, for example, she passes the meds first, and then she charts on them later, or whatever. But, like, for example, she wanted me to get the vitals for X amount of people, and then she was doing the meds. But if I'm training, aren't I'm supposed to be doing the meds because I'm I don't know. It's just like, and then she's like, I don't know, listen on YouTube, blasting music while she's passing meds, like, just real ghetto. Like, if I'm I'm the one training. I'm the one training. I should be passing the meds and getting familiarized with the system, and you know what I mean? I know how to do vitals already. Why am I doing vitals? I should be familiarizing myself with how to document, how to pass the meds, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And she on YouTube blasting her music, passing the meds, and it's just too much. That's why I said, you know what? Tonight's my last night. She's a nice person, but, you know, everybody's not a trainer. So, yeah, bye.
Okay, good morning. Come with me as a nurse for 4.5 days to quit my job because I was a little disrespected. Not little, very disrespected. Anyway, here I am waking up on the toilet contemplating, do I want to do this? The answer is yes. Yes, I do. If you're ever disrespected, you don't like it, feel free to leave. Here I am taking my second poop of the morning, very anxious, very stressed. Again, contemplating it, but I know it's the move. Here we are walking to the quar. Good morning, about to do it. Putting everything in the little bumblebee. Here we go. We're getting ready. About to skirt off. It's a quit. Here's the morning. She's looking beautiful. The sun's saying, do it, babe. Oh my God, we're in the toilet pooping again. We're anxious. We're waiting. 5 minutes, babe. We get to the office. She's not there. Here's us quitting. We left. We told them, gotta go. Okay, so now that I'm home, I can talk a little bit about what happened. Enjoy my cat's butthole while you wait. No, but I'm not going to go too much into detail because I don't want someone to find this and be like, why is she talking about how she quit literally the day she quit? I'm talking about it because there are so many new nurses, and this is just the culture that's been cultivated in nursing school and shit like that. Nurses in general, new nurses that think that you have to stay wherever you are, even if you're miserable, and especially if you're a new nurse. People are like, oh, you have to stay where you are for the first year to get your experience and then you can leave. No, babe, that's not it at all. There are so many nursing jobs out there that like the first red sign, babe, I'm out. But for this job, I let multiple red flags go by to the point where on Friday I got talked down to, in my opinion, allegedly. So much so that I was ugly, crying, sobbing, couldn't talk, where you're like, you have the gasps, the hiccups, can't even speak, like so distraught from the way a management leader had talked to me. And then told me to go consider the pros and cons of this program over the weekend. So I did, and here we are today. I'm not with this program any longer. Because I refuse to accept anything with the best, you know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, but like it's hard when you're a new grad to find. I don't care. I will look everywhere and Mima's ass crack for a job if I need to before I stay someplace that disrespects me and then tells me that that's not what happened and that you're sensitive. Because babe, I am sensitive, but that also allows me to pick up vibes, energy that aren't communicated with just your words. Because it's, well, I didn't say it like that. Well, okay, but you didn't have to say it like that. Your words were enough, your energy was enough. Do you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, long rant. If you're a new nurse or a nurse, period, I don't care if you've been there a day or a year, babe. If shit is not going the way you want it to, if management is treating you like a number, just someone to abuse, leave. Leave. Nursing is a field where, babe, the jobs are abundant. Okay, there are so many things you can do. Yes, when it's a new grad, it's a little bit harder. But again, I would rather not have a job for the time being than be somewhere where I'm anxious 24/7. Oh my God, am I going to see my boss? Am I going to see this leader that treated me like, oh my God. I don't want to deal with that. I would rather be struggling financially than have to go to work every day and be so fucking anxious and miserable and treated like shit. I just refuse to have it. So this is a sign. If you're thinking about quitting your job, even if you've been there 4 days, do it. Do it. We live on a floating rock. Money is not real. Time's not real. Nothing's real. And you're afraid of quitting a job. Because why? Because why, babe? They're abundant. They're everywhere.
This is my last night working as a registered nurse before I transition out of this role to open up my own boba shop. And I'm so emotional already, and I hate that because I can't get rid of my makeup yet. I still have patients to go and see. But I'll see you in the morning. I punched out for the final time. It was a good shift. Just having a lot of feelings and emotions about transitioning to my next role, and it's gonna be great, and I'm so excited for it because it's one that I've been wanting to do for so many years. But that doesn't mean that ending this chapter doesn't hurt, because I worked so hard to become a nurse and to be so proud to be a nurse, and then now I'm switching over. And that's really sad because nursing will always have a part of my heart. Like, I don't think I can just pretend that I don't want to be a nurse, because that would be a lie.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're a healthcare worker and you're fucking miserable, this is your sign to quit. I'm not saying quit without like another option. I'm not saying put yourself in a dangerous situation, but I put myself in a financially difficult situation by quitting, and I've never fucking been happier. I cannot remember the last time I've been happier. And I've been talking to some of my friends from this app who have kind of they started out as followers, and now they've quit. They've changed their practice location. They've done this stuff and they feel so much better. We just need to start not accepting shithole lives as healthcare workers. It's sort of like dating. You get what you accept. If you accept a date on a bench, you're going to get a date on a bench. If you accept somebody who's inconsistent, you're going to get inconsistent. And if you stay in a job where you're miserable and nothing's getting better, you're going to be fucking miserable. So I'm just having an amazing time right now. And of course, I haven't started working yet in my new capacity, which I'm opening up my own direct primary care practice. And certainly that's going to come with stress. A lot of stress. It's going to be hard work. There's going to be unforeseen problems. Nothing in life is easy, but nothing in life should make you miserable. Nothing should always be looming over your fucking head. And honestly, primary care, I don't think I could ever work in primary care ever fucking again and not have it be direct primary care where I just have a smaller amount of patients. There's just no way for somebody to be happy that way. I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm sure there's plenty of people happy, but anyway, I am spending the day with my sister. My birthday is tomorrow and her birthday is on the 23rd. I am turning 38 and she is turning 21. And today's the day I'm going to tell her that I'm actually her mother. I'm not. I'm not. Okay, have a good